Part 2 of the series entitled The Waiting Game was delivered by our Bishop Glen Ferguson with very powerful illustrations and biblical examples. The main text was centered around the book of Psalms, chapter 40, verses 1 to 3. Here, David describes his experience of waiting patiently on God and how God rescued him from a bad situation, placing him upon a rock. David then declares that many would see how God delivered him and put their trust in his God. If we are not careful, our bad circumstances can cause us to lose our way with God. James, the brother of our Lord Jesus, gives us the perfect example of how a believer should react when we find ourselves in a bad situation, being an example of suffering, affliction, and patience. James speaks highly of Job, a picture-perfect example of a man who suffered successfully. We learn through the teachings of our bishop that at no time did God give Job an explanation as to why he was suffering. Job was a man of impeccable character. He was said to be a perfect man. Yet Job lost everything, including his children, all in one day. Job's wife told him to curse God and die, and his friends concluded that there must have been sin in his life. Yet Job continued to put his trust in God. Job testified, "Though he slay me, yet will I trust him." Note that Job did not attribute his dilemma to the devil. Job knew that his life was in God's hands. As a result of Job's willingness to wait patiently on God, the latter end of his life was blessed. This is how the double portion comes when we honor God, even when we're in a bad situation. We will not understand the process until we get to the other side of the problem, as experience becomes our greatest teacher. When people witness how you have suffered with integrity and confidence in your God, you become a credible testament of God's power to deliver them from their own persecution. Even if God is silent, know that God is with you. What was meant to crush you will work for your own good, not of your own strength, but by the Spirit of God. As you wait patiently, know that the Lord your God is with you always.